Hello, hello YouTube. A lot of people have asked me to make a video on some of the other things that I was shown during my near-death experience that happened when I was 6 years old. And so I'm going to share with you some of the things. And I was in my spiritual body taken to heaven and also down here on earth and shown a lot of end time events. So first of all, I want to talk about the devalue of the dollar and how it's increasingly becoming more evident that the deadly wound is going to happen. A lot of people don't understand the deadly wound and what that implies. It basically is the crash to the financial beast, the head of all of this stuff going on right now. And you can look at all the other countries and say, wow, they've got lots of financial problems and things like that. And America is going fast into that as well. So we have to look at some things. This year, I believe, is going to be the start of a lot of events to happen. We're going to see an oppression, a depression, a darkness come over the land that we have never seen before. People are going to be moving in with other family members to try and make things meet, More job loss. People are going to be in a depressed sort of state because they're losing everything. And I just want you to know that all these things have to come to pass. So rise above it. Don't let yourself become part of that. I mean, money is not everything. Just feel happy that God is here and He will take care of His own. And you just need to rely on that. So we're going to see a lot of that, and it'll continue to progress and progress worldwide until it is the complete crash. And then the new currencies will move in and out with the old. And that will be the beast system put into place. The next thing that will happen is the spiritual manifestation of Satan and his hordes. The first thing, a lot of people say, oh, well, Satan's already here. Well, he is here, but it'll be more like spiritually, really acting upon the earth. And there's going to come a time that you'll have to stay in your house for, I think it's about 7 days, and it's like a spiritual cleansing. But what I was shown was I walked out with Jesus, and we were standing on the lawn, and He said, look up. And He said, what do you see? And I said, a blue sky. And He said, look up again. And I saw this darkness all around. It just, like a thick black covering in the skies, and you couldn't see any of the blue sky at all. And then I saw it starting to come down a little bit, like a little drizzle. And then I saw it kind of just start raining down. And then it became so much of a blizzard that I couldn't see my hand in front of my eyes. It was so thick. And then I was taken to another part of the similitude where it was about springtime, and I was out tending my lawn. I'm telling you futuristic things that I was shown that I would be doing when this event happens. And I'll be waiting for the event because I know time would be close. And I've told all of my family and friends and said, watch for this. So Now with this, the spiritual effect of this is that you just become darker and meaner if you're that sort of a person. And you have to also pray this stuff off because it is a physical manifestation. It's just gross. Anyway, I was shown I was in front of my lawn and I was taking care of my plants and stuff in the front, and I saw it falling. And I was instructed to run inside. And I was to close all my windows, everything, so that no air could get in. And then other people came in shortly afterwards, and we all stayed inside while this stuff fell. Meantime, around the house, there was a whole bunch of people that were just trying to get in, and I can't even describe the way that they were acting. It was almost animalistic. I mean, and I have seen those videos on what they call the bath salts and people going crazy. It's going to be like that, I'm afraid. And I'm just going to say this. You're going to want to have to stay, you're going to want to stay inside. If you have to go out for any reason at all, you're going to have to go outside, do it quickly. Then before you come in, take your clothes off. And then you go in and you take a shower and you wash everything, your eyes, mouth, nose. So, and then you pray it off. And that's how I was instructed to do it. So I'm supposed to tell people so. You do the same thing. And you just stay in there 7 days as a cleansing. And then you can come out. So there's going to be 2.5 months of the spiritual manifestation. I mean, it will drop like that, but the manifestation itself will be here on earth. Then 2.5 months of that, and then the next 2.5 months, you're going to see the sixth trump. And with that, there's going to be a lot of signs in the sky, heaven, earth. There was something that I had seen shown at 3 different perspectives, and there's going to be some sort of heavenly object that flies over, and you're going to be able to see it with your own eyes when it does happen. And with that, it causes a huge earthquake. There's a lot of disastrous things that happen with that. And a lot of people will say, oh, that's Christ return, because they all think the earthquake with Christ return. Well, it's not. And we know that Satan copycats a lot of things. So I just want you to know that these things are really close to happening. And you need to prepare. As far as Christian preparing, you want to really read the Bible, study up, get your oil and your lamp so that it will carry you through. And if God tells you, that you need to leave your area and go someplace, you better do it. Because after that event with that object thing coming over and disrupting basically the earth, the whole earth, you may not be safe in your area. And God will lead his people to safety. Also, with the financial crisis and things like that, it's always very wise to have food and things like that stored away. And you just want to make sure that you and your family is provided for. And I do want to stress that God always takes care of his own. So if you can't do that, there will be a way, and you will be taken care of. So I just think that we're really close to events happening. I was shown a lot of benchmarks in my own life that would be things that I'd have to do during this time, the end times, because I really consider this is pre-tribulation. We're right there at the front door. It's about to be opened. And all the things that I was shown, I have almost gotten through. There's a couple things that I have to do, but then after that, I'm ready to go. And by that time that I have done everything that I'm supposed to do, then things really start happening. So just prepare, remain faithful to God, look to Him for guidance, and you'll make it through. And just know that when Satan comes here, he's going to have the fallen angels with him, and they're going to do a bunch of miracles and things, and you may think that that is him, but just remember, if you aren't in your spiritual body and some person is saying that they're Christ or God, this Satan's going to say he's a lot of things, and he's going to join everybody together. And all the religions are going to say, oh yeah, well that's my God, and Christians will say that's Christ. Muslims will say, oh, that's the 12th Imam, So he'll be real sneaky in that, and with all the things that he'll be bringing with him, trying to prove to you that he is. Just remember, if you are still in your flesh body, it is the fake, the false, and Christ is trying to warn people, say, don't believe it, and just stand fast to the very end until he really does get here. Because your rewards were going to be awesome in the millennium period, and you just don't want to be deceived by that awful angel. I mean, you. Anyway, God bless everyone. I hope this helps, and talk to you later.